the one, the only, Ben Sion. Good evening and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube, Iyun Mitzion. Today we're doing Masechah Shekalim, Perek Aleph, Mishnayos Beis and Gimel. Mishnah Gimel has, I would say, probably the most fundamental machlokas you're going to see in Masechah Shekalim. This is very important for Masechah Shekalim. It says on the 25th of Adar, they used to take a mashkon. Aleph Nisan was the deadline to bring your machzah shekel. If you didn't bring it 6 days before, they took a mashkon from your possession, took a collateral from you if they were able to get to the shluchei beis din, in order that you should give. Who did they take it from? They took it from everyone in Klal Yisrael, except Kohanim. Kohanim, they need darkei shalom. And Ketanim also, Nashim, Avadim, and Ketanim were exempt from machzah shekel. You don't take from Ketanim. Now, what is a katan? Katan, normally we think, is anyone under the age of 13, right? Midoraisa, you're a katan, even if you're 13 years old, if you don't have shtei saros, you don't have two pubic hairs. If you have two pubic hairs and you're 13 years old, then you're considered a gadol. However, Rav Bartenura says this Mishnah is a little different. A katan over here is anyone under 20 years old. Even if you're 13 years old and you have shtei saros, you're not chayiv in machzah shekel. Why? Because if you look in the Torah, machzah shekel, right, is taken a couple times in the Torah. One of the times when it's taken in the Torah is used to count Klal Yisrael. And then when it counts Klal Yisrael, people that are counted among the 600, Shishim Ribo, 600,000 men of Klal Yisrael, those were men between the ages of 20 and 60. It's basically the ages that they would be able to be drafted into the army. Yotzei Tzava, they would go into the army. Anyone under the age of 20 is not draftable age. Over 60, you're also not draftable age. So that's the age of Machzah Shekel. Now, you'll ask the obvious question, Machzah Shekel, we learned in the Mishnah Aleph, has nothing to do with that. Machzah Shekel here, they took every year in the base of Mikdash, so that everyone should have a part in the Karbanot Tzibur of the year. The Tmidim, the Musafin on Shabbos, on Shavuos, the gifts are in Karbanot Tzibur. So that everyone have a part in the Karbanot Tzibur, you should be part of it, you should present it. Everyone has to be, the person who brings a Karban has to be present. So you can't be present, everyone in Klal Yisrael can't be present at Karbanot Tzibur, that were for the entire congregation, for the entire Klal Yisrael. So therefore he gave a Machzah Shekel to take part in all the Karbanot Tzibur for the entire year. That has nothing to do, absolutely, with being ready for fighting in a battle. What does that have to do with it? The Torah does use Machzah Shekel to count, right? When it's talked about in Parshas Kisisa, I believe, right? Kofer Nafsho, it's a kapara. One of the explanations of Rashi is that the reason they use Machzah Shekel to count Klal Yisrael is because it's a curse to count people by numbers. When you count them through money, it's not a curse. That's the kaparas nafsho. They wouldn't die in a plague if you count people. We saw David HaMelech counted people by with numerically without using like a coin to count them. So they were killed in a plague. It's considered an ayin hara. It's a bad omen to count them numerically. You have to count them with a coin. So Machzah Shekel was used to count people of draftable age. That's the people that were numbered in Klal Yisrael. Those are the people that were important in Klal Yisrael to be counted. Not that other people weren't important, but in terms of the main part of Klal Yisrael, the Yotzei Tzava, people that are draftable, could be fighting a war. Now, and that's really what the Rav Bartenura brings. Ish kofer nafsho. Kofer nafsho. A woman is not a woman. She's not part of the. And according to Rav Bartenura, he says a katan to anyone not draftable age. But again, the problem is that Machzah Shekel here has nothing to do with that. Machzah Shekel has to do with people having a part in the Karbanos. And once you're 13 years old, right, you're chai, and you have two saros, you're chayiv in a Karban. You're chayiv to bring a Karban. If you do a chatas, if you do a sin, you have to bring a Karban. You have to bring a Karban. It's not until 20 years old. Machzah Shekel happens to be in the source in the Torah is talking about counting Klal Yisrael because they counted them because they were counting the people that were going to fight in war. But it had nothing to do, but here with Masechah Shekalim, nothing to do with that. Therefore, the Rambam learns our Mishnah, Ketanim are under 13. If they're 13 and they have Shtei Sarot, the Rambam says they're Chayav Machzah Shekel. It has nothing to do with it. But somehow, Rav Bartenura, and I believe the Tiferet Yisrael also, they learn that there's a connection between the two. Apparently, there's some sort of connection between our Masechta, Machzah Shekel, which is every year to be part of the Karbonos, and Yotzei Tzava, to go out to war. What's the connection? The Torah says, the Torah references Machzah Shekel when they built the Mishkan, right? There were 3 Machzah Shekel given. One of them was to count them. But it had nothing to do, and one of them was for the Adonim to build the Mishkan, and one of them, so they were for particular reasons in the Mishkan, but for all the generations following in the base of Mikdash, it's irrelevant. It's really irrelevant. So where's the connection that Ravadia Bartanura learns and Tiferes Israel learn between Am Masechta and counting and counting people eligible for the draft, for the war? So you have to say something. I'm trying to explore this throughout the Masechta, but it seems to be that there's some connection between the two, and maybe the connection is that, again, the Mount Shekel was contribution to be part of the Karbanos Sibor. Maybe the Karbanos Sibor have something to do with only the people that are part of the Shishim Ribo, the people of serviceable age, people that could be drafted. Only those people are bringing the Karban. They're the ones responsible to bring the Karbanos Sibor. Everyone else is not responsible for bringing the Karbanos Sibor. According to the Ram, there's no connection. But according to Ravadia Bartanura and Tiferes Israel, there's two prominent explanations, Mefarshim, on the Mishnayos. There is a big connection. And we'll have to explore that connection through the Masechta, that this Matzah Shekel is obviously a representation for the Karbanos Sibor. The Karbanos Sibor is only brought by the Sibor that's eligible for the draft. We'll talk about that going forward. Hope you enjoyed tonight's share. See you in the next one.